Gee, what up, sports fans? Y'all know what it is. It's the Buzz and Sports channel. Thank you for tuning in as always. We are your three hosts and buddies. I am Doug, aka Lightning Leche, aka Little Dookie. I have Spuddy over here with me.
What's going on, buddies? It's Spuddy McGee here.
And as always, we have Mr. Francis.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back.
Welcome back. It is Thursday, and it is Draftkings night. Your guys' favorite episodes. You know, we're trying to give you, some good opinions. Maybe, you win $1 million. Maybe you subscribe.
Yeah.
It's for the Sunday Millionaire Maker, man. We in week 7 already. This season's flying.
7 million Maker. Remember, Sunday morning and Sunday afternoon.
But we got 10 more weeks left after this.
True. It is a longer season.
About a week ago.
Well, all right. Well, let's jump right into it. As usual, I'll start off with the quarterbacks. Give my 2 value top tier quarterbacks for the most price, most bang for your buck, and why not go most bang for a buck and get the highest paid quarterback right now at $8,500, Kyler Murray.
Yay! Look at that price tag. Price tag high.
Very high price tag. Very, very high price tag. But I mean, it's Houston.
It is against Houston.
And not to be mean, but they suck.
I mean, it did look like they struggled to stop the run or pretty much anything against the Colts.
This might be the game that puts Kyler Murray above 30 again, because ever since week 2 he hasn't been over 30.
Yeah, there's potential.
Yeah,
potential.
I like him about this game. I can definitely see 300 yards, 3 touchdowns type shit.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah.
Or two touchdowns and a rushing TD, some shit like that.
Yeah, because he's at home, so if they end up fluffing up the score, it's not frowned upon because they're at home.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And they probably will. Like they want to ride that undefeated train, keep it going.
Yeah. I mean, Colts put up 31 on them.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor had a day, and honestly, I think Murray is a scarier runner than Taylor, and they got two running backs there that
can pound the ball.
Yeah, they're going to be moving the ball a lot. They're going to get in the red zone a lot. So Murray's upside this week is pretty high.
Yes, sir. And then for my second top paid pick of the week, there was 2 that I'm looking at, but I ultimately went with the third one. But I do want to mention Ball Out Burrow, looking nice over there in Baltimore, 6,200.
Ooh.
I also do like Derek Carr at 6,000 against Philly.
Okay.
But who are you
thinking? But I'm ultimately going with the guy on the other side of that game, Jalen Hurts against the Raiders at 6,900.
I like that pick.
Is that who you're going for?
Yeah, that's my ultimate pick. I really was looking at Burrow and Carr. I was looking at those 2, then I seen Hurts. So I was like, you know what? For a little extra, that little extra can get you that rushing touchdown or that extra 100 yards you need for the bonus. I think Hurts can definitely get it against the Raiders.
Oh yeah, because if you think about it, there's been games where the Eagles' offense is terrible, but even on those games, he's putting up above 20 points.
He's never been below 20.
Exactly. So if maybe he has a good game. If he has a good game, I feel like he'll be over 30, no problem.
Go ahead, Dougie.
You good.
I think, when you look at his ugliest games this season, week 2 against San Francisco, he still scored 21.8. And then, week 3 against Dallas, he still put up 25. And then week 5 against Panthers, that was an ugly game, still put up 23. So when you look at Jalen Hurts' numbers, honestly, and you compare them to Kyler Murray's and Patrick Mahomes, who are sitting at 8,500 and 8,400 this week, there's very similar production. And you can get the similar production at 6,900 against a Raiders defense that's middle of the pack.
Yeah.
So, if you're looking to save money and kind of dodge Kyler Murray and Patrick Mahomes and pivot, because they might be chalky this week. They got some nice matchups.
Yeah.
They got some juicy ones. That's what I said. If you want to for sure, like, spend your money and maybe pair them up with Hopkins, go for it. That's for sure a lock. Like, to me, that's a lock. Like,
yeah.
For Hurts, for 6,900, he's gonna get you yours just the way a Kyler Murray or Mahomes would.
Yeah, he's the whole offense.
Yeah,
he's the whole offense. So I like that pick. I agree.
He's the Philadelphia Hurts.
It's the Philadelphia Hurts and the Tennessee Henry.
And boy, does Philly hurt right now.
For real. But those are my two top dollar picks of the week. So we're gonna move on to value.
Save us some money. Save us some money, brother.
Ooh, some nice value this week.
On this first one, I'm not going to save you a lot of money, but just right below that 6,000 mark at 5,700, Matt Ryan against Miami.
Let's go. Can we get a round of applause? That's a great pick.
Miami's defense been looking
Oh,
shaky.
Been looking hella shaky.
Yep.
And I mean, if there's one thing, and literally the one thing the Falcons can do right, it's at least put up some kind of points. Like, get something going.
Well, Atlanta's coming back from a bye, so they should be fresh. Calvin really should be fresh as well. So I expect Atlanta have their best game of offense this week.
Yeah.
Against a struggling Dolphins D.
Yeah. I agree with all of that.
Yeah, I think Ridley and Pitts both have a big game this weekend.
Yeah, I really feel like it's Matt Ryan and Ridley's week.
Mm-hmm.
Has Ridley scored a TD yet? Or?
He has one. He has one, but that's the thing. His. I mean, we'll get to wide receivers. We won't talk too much about Ridley right now.
But yeah, like, Matt Ryan's gonna be connecting with the offense against Miami. Like, they're nothing scary.
Yeah. Like,
I could definitely see this game because I see Miami struggling early, and then like maybe making like that second half comeback, like
that push,
like a 27-24 game, something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They might do a little push. Yeah.
Neither defense is great.
Ryan, Garbo. So that's my first value pick, and then coming in on my second value pick, I think the boy started the train, you guys, because I think the boys are gonna have a bounce back game.
No.
5,200.
No. Oh God, I don't want to do the train. Ever since we did the train,
man, I want to get a train sound. Chicka.
Similar to the Hawkinson chant. I feel like we cursed.
Heineken.
Not Heineken.
Heineken.
But yes, Heineken.
I like it.
At 5,200, I think is the best at that bottom barrel.
Hey, his grand finale. Give it up for his grand finale.
If he's gonna go out with a bang, because they're gonna be down. Green Bay is gonna be scoring on that defense easily, and they're gonna be slinging the ball. And Heineke don't give a fuck when it comes to slinging the ball.
Hey,
I mean,
once they get the loss, might as well let the boy slang it.
True. I'm not arguing that he's not going to try to slang the ball, but his O-line has been so garbage, and the Packers D-line has actually been playing really, really good this season. So I think Heineke's in for a long day, honestly. I think he's in for
the third straight week in a row.
If the Chiefs D-line and, their blitz scheme was able to do that to Heineke, like, this Packers defense that has been getting to the quarterback all season is going to destroy Heineke, in my opinion. I think the Packers are going to beat down Washington, but there is potential for garbage time. I'm not gonna lie.
5 or more sacks?
I think they get to 4 or 5, but pressures all day. Pressures all day.
So doinkers.
Yeah.
He throw in little doinks.
But, like I said, Heineke is never going to stop trying to push the ball downfield, so he might get some big plays. We don't know. Mm-hmm. That's a possibility. Mm-hmm. It's just
Heineke is going to eat. Wow.
Heineke.
Start up the train.
I'm not starting up the train.
All aboard.
I swear, if Heineke and McLaurin go over 30 together, I'm done with Draftkings. I'm taking a week off.
Bro,
Taylor Heineke train.
I'm taking a week off of
Heineke's
DraftKings.
going 25 and up.
Borden, hey, this is the last time Borden for the Heineke trade.
Here.
Get on while you can.
All right.
Get on while you can.
Here's a guy at 5,900 that I think is going to put up more points than Heineke, and that's Sam Darnold against the Giants. Sam Darnold is an effective quarterback when there's no pass rush. Giants have no fucking team on either side of the ball. So I think he does have his bounce back game. Him and DJ Moore together. 5,900 against the Giants.
You trust that?
I do, just because I know Vikings has a good, like looking at their defense on paper, you can see very clear that they've been getting to the quarterback. That's why I said when we talked about Sam Darnold and DJ Moore, I said as long as the pass rush is chill, DJ Moore and Sam Darnold should have a good game. Well, the pass rush wasn't chill that day.
Well, the pass rush wasn't chill.
The pass rush hasn't been chilled the last 2-3 weeks.
But see, that's the thing. The Giants, I just don't see them pressuring him like that. I don't know. I don't see it. So if you were to ask me between Sam Darnold and Heineke, I would pick Sam Darnold as my value.
No,
pick.
Sam Darnold should have a game because the thing is, Giants only have an interior pass rush, but not an outerior. And Sam Darnold could actually use his legs.
But that's why I hope the coaches coached him up to that. Like, hey, you know you can run, right?
I mean, the coach should, since he's more of a quarterback guru.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, the head coach in Panthers is more of a quarterback type of guy. So he should be able to
tell him that, right?
Tell him, yeah. Or PJ Walker coming in.
PJ Walker
coming in, damn it.
He could ball out sometimes.
He could ball, but shit.
But yeah, I mean, I would agree, though. My favorite value this week would have to be Matt Ryan at 57. But second to me would be Sam Darnold. What about you, Spuddy?
I mean, other than the guys that y'all already said, I agree with. Mm-hmm. Now, this is a wild one for me, but something weird is coming to me from this game.
Oh, God.
And I don't know why, because it might turn into one of those games. And here's the thing. There's no fucking reason why.
Who is it?
Dougie likes this guy.
Who is Justin Fields?
Bingo!
Oh, God.
I say Justin Fields might have a weirdly good game.
You do realize he hit his ceiling last week at 14 points?
You do realize he hit his ceiling.
That's the thing. I think he goes even farther than that.
You think he breaks through that 14 points?
I think he does.
He's been single-digit fields up until that point.
I think he does. I think he does. Weirdly.
He's going to be double-digit fields?
The double-decker fields.
Like I said earlier in the season, during preseason...
Garbage time.
I didn't see it with Justin.
Garbage time. Garbage time.
Okay.
Because the way that the Bucks put away the Eagles is the reason why Justin Fields puts up his points. Mm-hmm. Because by the third quarter, fourth quarter, Bucks already had the game. So Jalen Hurts had to come back as best as possible to, make the score not as bad. Because it was 28-22. But if you kind of kept up with the game, it was over by then. So I feel, especially with Bucks banged up defense, that something could happen.
So at 5,300, what would he have to get you for you to be satisfied?
Past 15. I think he could get 20 though. I really think he could get 20, 21.
But, I mean, look, I don't think I would have to go back and check, but so far in every millionaire maker, I don't think I've seen a quarterback at first place.
Oh no!
Be less than 20 points.
Here's the thing. I'm going for the craziness for this one, because here's the thing. I'm going with one of the picks that y'all already said. I just wanted to say, you know what? If you want to just weirdly break the bank for be the only one to choose someone, it could be Justin Fields.
Yeah,
it could.
I just think if you are going to pick Justin Fields, what you're hoping for is that he gets 25 or more.
Oh yeah, 25.
That's the number you're hoping for.
Oh,
at 53.
of course. But even then, if you want to just get some money off of it, 20 points. Fuck it.
I mean, 20 or more would be it wasn't a disaster.
Yeah.
But anything less than 20, I don't know. I don't think it's worth it.
Hey, at the end of the day, he's only been going up. since then.
I mean, true.
Yeah.
True. And Tampa's defense is a hit and miss. We'll see what happens.
Hey, all he needs is a rushing touchdown, a passing touchdown, and 250 throwing.
Yeah, you got. I mean, yeah.
So
hopefully, better 300. You get the extra 3 points.
Of course. But if he rushes enough, then
yeah.
There's your 300.
I think. See, for me, for Justin Fields to produce like that, he has to play the game like Jalen Hurts is playing it, which is you throw it when the opportunity is there, and if it's not, you are now a running back. And you're rushing at least 10 times. You know?
Well, that's why I'm hoping for maybe this week it goes through everyone's head in the Bears organization.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Because if he starts playing like Jalen Hurts where he's, using both his arm and legs equally in a full game, and that's why he's producing a lot of fantasy points, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
And Justin Fields isn't, because Justin Fields is still trying to be that pocket passing.
And the thing is, I feel like if Justin Fields can get to that point, he can be better than Jalen Hurts. If he can.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's able to this season or they will allow him to.
Yeah.
But I think Justin Fields could be a little bit better just based on size.
Yeah.
I'm only thinking more based on size. Right now, Hurts is, he has the determination to
playing with heart,
to get things done.
But physically more talented, Fields.
Yeah, Fields is definitely, I feel, more talented. But we don't know when that spark's going to happen.
It's just both quarterbacks do not have a solid coaching staff around them to pull the ceiling out of them.
Bunch of shakiness,
shaky coaching staff. So it's a very big dice roll.
Yeah, but that's what that was. That was the dice roll pick.
Dice roll pick. But hey, we'll go back and check on that. If he breaks 20, then Spuddy.
Me saying that is just, hey, let me try to convince y'all.
Yeah.
This is one of my. Let me sit you down and convince y'all.
All right.
Good try.
But yeah, review the sheet.
All right, so in review, so I had my number one quarterback, Kyler Murray. He's the most expensive, but against that Houston defense, you pair him up with something nice. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yep.
And then my second top pick was Jalen Hurts at 6,900. Against that Raiders defense, he's going to be scoring with legs, with his arms. He's going to be scoring because every time they score, it's only him.
Yep.
My first value was Matt Ryan, 5,700 at Miami. Yeah, their offense is going to be scoring points. Calvin really should have a nice game. And then my my second value pick, I was going with Heineke. If you want to hop on the train, there's room, 5,200, real cheap. And he has potential to hit 25 to 30. Like he's
done it. He's done it.
He's done it. When his O-line plays right, he's done it. Those are my picks this week. Good luck. I hope they win you guys money. And I'm going to pass it over for our Mr. Francis with the running backs.
All right. We get to talk about running backs now. All right. This is the thing about running backs this week, guys. You have to. Whatever lineup you're thinking, whether that includes Derrick Henry or not, you have to make an insurance lineup with Derrick Henry on it. Okay.
Make an insurance lineup.
Because
all hail the king. Hail the king.
The way this man has been playing, you just have to at this point.
Hail the king.
Especially what he did to Buffalo's defense, which was rank 1 against the run up until that point. He's going against a Chiefs defense that is just bottom of the barrel.
He's going against Chief bodies, not even a defense.
And I can't think of one name on that defense that is going to contain Derrick Henry, especially if he breaks through the front line and gets to the second. No. The secondary.
How the Titans use the run blocking.
Yeah.
The first level is already clear.
Yeah.
So Derrick Henry got the second and third,
and he's gone.
He's like, so how many am I going to run through? 3 guys or 4 guys? Let me know now.
Yeah. So I'm gonna include him as my top pick just because you have to. Derrick Henry, it's always scary that he can take it to 35 to 45 points any given week, and if you don't have him on your lineup, you're all of a sudden left out of the green. Especially with how chalky he's going to be this week, right? On the flip side, though, him being chalky against this trash Chiefs defense kind of helps the rest of the slate, because if you pivot away from Derrick Henry, and
you do,
and it actually works out in your favor where he only puts up maybe 25 to 28 points. Now you've leveraged the field and you've gone into the green, because everyone that had Derrick Henry is now in the they had to drop 9,200 on him.
So everywhere else might be a little
shaky. Might be a little shaky. They would have to be perfect everywhere else to make up for it. So moving on from Derrick Henry, I'm the most I can advise you is just make the insurance lineup.
Hey, there's nothing more.
Even if it's a $3 lineup.
Even if it's a $3, throw that one in. Throw it in.
Ain't nothing more you can say about Derrick Henry. If you've been living under a rock, shit. He's
having a hell of a season right now.
Shit.
All right, moving on to the second top pick will be Darrell Henderson Jr., who's at home against the Lions. And I mean, come on, like we said last week when we said start Joe Mixon, until the Lions can prove that they can stop the run, you have to start the running backs that are playing against them. And
the 32 in points with running backs with Detroit, so they like to let the running backs score points.
Unless Detroit somehow makes this a game, Darrell Henderson Jr. should see a lot of work, especially in the second half. I see Rams putting this game away pretty early. And they're just going to beat down on the line. So Henderson Jr. should get a lot of work. And he hit a new ceiling last week at 24 points. So that's what I was waiting for from him. Because when you looked at the history, he'd never passed 20 before last week. It was always like there wasn't he didn't, dud you. There wasn't a bust factor to him, but he didn't have the boom either. And you kind of need the boom when you're going for the $1 million, I always say for the $1 million, I would say any given slot, the floor would have to be around 24, 25 points,
Yeah. And, with Henderson, like last week, Rams played a very easy team for them against the Giants.
Yeah.
Easy defense, soft defense.
Yeah.
This week they're doing it again. So expect the same from Henderson because it's such a soft defense.
Right. And you don't want to overthink that one. It's the Lions. They're at home. Henderson Jr. is a starter. He's been producing, so that's a lock. 6,600, that's a lock.
Yeah.
So those are my two top picks: Derrick Henry and Henderson Jr.
I like it.
Going down to value, and it's rough down here, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually gonna go with James Conner for my first one at 56. Okay. At home against the Cardinals. Edmonds has been gimpy. He's dealing with some pain. And James Conner, they seem to really favor him at the goal line.
They do.
So do I see Arizona getting into the red zone and the goal line situations a lot in this game? There's a high probability they'll live there this game. Yeah. So, and then on top of that, if they do pull away early, you grind out the clock and you give it to your grinder, and James Conner is that workhorse there. So 5,600, he might be in for a lot of touches this week. And he is kind of due for a little bounce back.
Yeah.
And then second, you know what? I am actually going to go with Mike Davis on this one, guys. 5,200. Now, just because CPAT's 63 now, he's not the guy I could go with. But if, the game script is that a lot of points are going to be scored in this game. And Mike Davis, I'm not going to lie, he hasn't reached 20 points. He hasn't gotten there. But what I'm saying is if there was going to be a game where he can break through that ceiling, it's this one. When you look at their schedule, this is that potential game where he can break out for a big play or two, The Dolphins defense is not great, and I do expect the Falcons to be in the red zone a lot also this game. So he might get some opportunities. He might be able to score 2 touchdowns unless they go to CPAT. you know.
Yeah.
But Mike Davis does get work. You know, he gets over 10 touches every game, and he does get targeted in the passing game too. So you can expect that from him. Yeah, but honestly, I'm not going to mention another value. The only other top pick I would have mentioned and thrown in here is Cordell Patterson. Even though he is at 63 now, you know, this is the highest he's ever been priced. But just the way Falcons use him is excellent for fantasy.
Yeah.
You know,
great.
And now I honestly have his floor at 20 points. Just because the amount of targets he's getting, and he's also getting rushing attempts. And he is a big red zone guy.
Yeah, his total touches is insane.
Yeah.
The offense.
So the fact that he's filling out the stat sheet in rushing attempts and getting targets in the passing, Cordell Patterson is kind of a great start every week. You know, unless he starts getting very up there around the 7-8K range, then you got to consider, you know, if you're going to play him or not. Yeah. But I think at 6,300 against the Dolphins, it's actually still worth it.
I would say against that defense, it's worth it.
It's still worth it.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
What do you guys got for this slate?
Right at 6,000. So I guess that's value. I mean, not value. That's a top pick.
Yeah.
Still, but still saves you a lot of money. And D Swift, he shows up and proves every week, man.
No. D Swift is one of the highlights of that Detroit offense. So, you know, his usage is always going to be there.
Yep.
It might not show in the running, but his pass catching
makes up for it.
What makes up for the rest of everything. Because if you just look at the rushing, it's not there. But that's because they have to go in pass mode by then.
Yeah. I think. Go ahead, Dougie.
I was going to say, we all assume they're going to be playing from behind, so they're going to be dumping it a lot. And whenever they get in that dumping mode, he seems to always end up scoring with the ball in his hands, scoring.
Yeah.
Like it says right here, ever since week 3, he has not had less than 6 targets in the passing game. So he's getting at least 6 targets every game that they're throwing to him.
He's the check down guy.
And he's actually, you know, talented. So he can make a big play.
Yeah. His yak.
He's visited the 20s 3 times this season.
Yakety yak.
So
I guess he's having 20s again.
Yeah.
In this game.
That's a good pick. 6K.
And don't worry about that Q. That's always there.
That's always there.
That's part of his picture. That's literally part of his picture.
It's one of those cues that it's just there to be there and look pretty.
Yeah. He's just there too.
Yeah. I like Herbert from the Bears.
Yeah.
He almost put up 100 points last week.
100 yards?
Yeah. 100 yards.
Yeah,
100 yards.
He was 3 yards shy.
Yeah, bastards.
That kind of made me mad.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Yeah.
That kind of made me mad. He would have been at 22, 23 points.
Because Montgomery's still in the IR, but Damian Williams is supposed to come back, but at the same time, I still feel like the Bears will still go to Herbert a lot more than Williams.
Yeah.
You know, because when Williams was supposed to be the lead back when Montgomery went down, they actually split carries. Him and Herbert still put up a good amount. He just didn't get the touchdown.
Yeah. No, he definitely can play. Because he gets close to the 100 yards, like the last 2 games he did. At least, you know. So he can get it done. I like that pick. 5,200 is not. It's not expensive at all.
All right. And another thing we got to mention, since we already got the train going, are we going with McKissick?
Oh, God.
We got McKissick?
Oh, God.
McKissick.
I mean,
we got 5,000.
Look,
yeah,
he got targeted 10 times last game. And he caught 8 passes for 65 yards. So the 8 receptions with the 65 yards alone is already 14 points.
And he could break out one of them for a touchdown.
So really, if you add a touchdown, he's over 20. I do expect him to be playing from behind this game, and he is that pass catching type. So you can definitely consider McKissick this week. Yeah.
Yes.
Convinced.
I like McKissick. I'm on the train.
All right. Well, to recap, you have to include Derrick Henry this week. I'm sorry. Sorry he did
I'm
that.
sorry.
Where's the lock? We need the lock.
Second is Darrell Henderson Jr. Man, those two just seem like such a layup that I'm shaky about it. But it's first value pick, James Conner.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to go with Mike Davis against the Dolphins.
Okay.
5,200.
I like it.
All right, now we're going to pass it to Spuddy. He's going to talk about the wide receivers this week.
I caught it. I caught the ball. All right.
Yeah. Oh, I handed it off to Francis and he threw it to you.
Yeah.
To the receiver.
Aha.
Sorry, I just clicked. I like that.
There it is. Anywho, my first top pick, someone we kind of already mentioned already.
Mm-hmm.
We going Calvin Ridley. Coming back from a bye, Atlanta coming back from a bye. So I expect a big game from Matt Ryan, but also Calvin Ridley only has one TD, so I know he's fiending for another one.
Yep.
Shit, he might even get 2 TDs this game.
Might be a multi-touchdown day.
It might be some long catches headed his way.
I mean, that's what he was used for. He was stretching the field last season.
Exactly.
So
I kind of expect it. I think this Dolphins team needs a break.
Yeah.
They need a bye, and they haven't had their bye yet, so I expect them to get torched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I expect this Dolphins team to get torched. Even if it is, I mean, we would prefer it being a close game, because a close game shootout means they just keep on going at it.
Yeah, bring back player.
Exactly. So, but I think Calvin Ridley goes for at least 120 yards. With 1 or 2 touchdowns.
Hey, I like that.
That's what I feel like.
How many receptions? 8? Would you put the floor at 8?
I'll put the floor at 8.
8 receptions.
I'll put the floor at 8. Yeah.
I like that.
I think so. So that's Calvin Ridley. Second, but he was at 6,600. Forgot to mention that.
Mm-hmm.
So
600.
For being a number 1, that's actually pretty cheap.
Yep.
As a top guy. But now going back to the top of the list. We are going at 8,900 to Davante Adams.
Davante.
Yep.
Top of the list.
Top of the list. The
I
boy
like
has a bunch of receiving yards. He is number 1 right now in receiving.
Mm-hmm.
Hella number 1.
But he needs some more TDs. He needs the tugs.
The Tubbs.
I think he gets that this week.
Yeah, Washington, not the best defense.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not.
I'm hoping he gets like that long 50-yard, 60-yard touchdown, because when they get in the red zone, Packers, they don't go to Devontae too much. They usually do like one of the slot plays or going to Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping Devontae has a long touchdowns to score his touchdowns. So I think he goes over his 100 yards. I'm hoping for at least a touchdown this game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Davante Adams, have your game against this Washington football team, because they play good for at least a half, and that they fizzle out after that.
Yeah.
Like we saw against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So, Davante Adams, you are my other top pick.
I like it. He's on a dip.
All right. Time to rise, baby. Up next, we got our value picks. Value picks, baby. Now, going back to the Atlanta-Miami game, I got the other side, the other squad. I got Waddle. Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle. Waddle. He is priced at 5,600. Yeah, I think he should have a really great game. Tua seems to like him a lot. He gets the ball to him a lot, so I expect a nice little outing from Waddle. He should have a TD at least. I think he'll break 100 yards. Mm-hmm. You know, when there's not much options on the offense, expect Waddle to get a good portion of it, because he's the only healthy one right now in the main receiving squad.
Right.
Because Parker is queued up. Fuller's on the IR. Mm-hmm. Other option is Gesicki, but that's a different topic that will go on.
Yeah.
So, Waddle. Waddle.
Definitely
Jalen Waddle.
He's the number 1 there.
Yeah, and Atlanta's defense ain't nothing to be telling about.
Nah.
Nope.
So, I think we should get a high-scoring game, hopefully.
I'm hoping.
Hope so.
I like
Praying.
So for my other value pick, got Ruggs the third. Ruggs the third. Hey, we booming today. We booming.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Nice.
We got Mr. Boom. We got Mr. Boom right here. Henry Ruggs the third at 5,500. I think the opening of the playbook for Raiders keeps on happening this game.
Yep.
Even though there's probably going to be some times that Darius Slay will probably play on Ruggs.
Mm-hmm.
Ruggs is different when it comes to speed.
Yeah.
Ruggs, I feel like, could burn any corner right now if you put him in the right situation.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
the thing is, we're not expecting a lot of receptions from Ruggs. That's not why you get Ruggs. You expect long-ass plays and touchdowns.
The boom.
Give me that boom one time.
This man has potential to get 100 yards, over 100 yards with 4 receptions.
Exactly. So, I'm expecting that with this Eagles defense. I expect 150 from Ruggs. Give me 2 touchdowns.
Ooh, 150, he said.
Shit.
Season high.
Shit.
Season high.
Give me that.
Okay.
Give me that play action, down the field Ruggs, 80-yard reception touchdown. Give me that shit.
All right.
Give me that shit.
All right.
He ain't shaky this week. He ain't shaky.
He ain't shaky this week.
All right. I open the floor to you guys. Who else you got? Oh, wait. Side note before I let you. The reason why my boy Cooper Kupp is not in the mix in my lineup is because he's going to get his points, but they're going to put the game away so early, there's not going to be a real need for Kupp to be in the second half.
Yeah.
So I think he does get a touchdown. I think he produces, but not to the point of the top picks.
Yeah.
I think the top picks are going to handle this one, and Kupp is going to have a really chill 20 to 25 point game.
Yeah.
While the rest are going to do work.
I think...
So the floor is open, gentlemen.
My value is actually low at 41. My first value would be 41. Amon-Ra St. Brown on the Lions. Ooh. So I haven't been a fan of starting any Lions players other than DeAndre Swift. But I can definitely see the Rams, going ahead in this game, some garbage time possibly. Mm-hmm. And his targets have been very consistent the last 3 weeks. So he had 8 targets, last week 7 targets. Mm-hmm. So he is kind of, now with that injury to Quintus Cephas, him and Khalif Raymond are the only 2 names that stand out in that core. Yeah. And
no one knows when Terrell Williams coming back.
Yeah. So I do expect 8 to 10 targets to Amon St. Brown, and if he can get you at 4,100, if he can get to 15 to 20, if you get there, I think you could possibly place high still. Yeah, if he gets there, 20 points, I think would be the target though. Yeah, you want him to get to 20
for that amount. Yes,
for that amount, you want him to get to 20. But I to give a top pick, I do like DJ Moore as a bounce back this week at 71. He's versus the Giants. He last 2 weeks 8.8 points, and then week 6 11.9. So dipped twice, and in a season where he's lived in the 20s and 30s, I think against a Giants team that's not that great, DJ Moore should have a floor of 24 points.
Yeah,
24.
Yeah.
So those are my two wide receivers that I wanted to mention. Dougie.
I like for a top pick, kind of cheap, 6,200. Jamar Chase.
Always.
Baltimore's defense, it wasn't the defense last week. It was the Chargers. The Chargers were just ass last week. That secondary is still shaky. That's AF in. And I do see Jamar Chase having a big game, like 25, maybe even a 30-point game, like he did against Green Bay.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like that Bengals offense can sometimes break, those defenses that are rated high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because you have to account for every single receiver that they have. Mm-hmm. T. Higgins, capable of a big play. Tyler Boyd is a talented receiver. Mm-hmm. Jamar Chase, now, he's a rookie, but the level he's playing at right now is crazy. Like, now, honestly, to me, watching Jamar Chase in his rookie season, he, to me, has a higher ceiling than Justin Jefferson, even though Justin Jefferson is balling out right now.
Yeah.
I just think Justin Jefferson didn't even look like that his rookie year. Mm-hmm. It took a while for Justin Jefferson to I think halfway through his rookie year is when he started seeing the potential.
Yeah.
But Jamar Chase, straight out the gate.
Yeah. I think what makes it different is the naysayers so early in the preseason.
Where he dropped balls.
That's why the expectation was low, and now there's boom.
Yeah, he's catching bombs every game.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Yeah, and I can see him catching one for a touchdown and already like 40-yarder and already started off like 40 yards in a game, and a touchdown. Just keep getting points for receptions and yards.
Yeah,
but I do see him living this week in 25 and 30s.
Yeah,
and I think that's nice for the price tag for $6,200.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then real quick, just a value I do want to mention. Want to roll a little dice at 5,100. AJ Green.
I like rolling the dice.
He put up some solid numbers, and he's been real close. He's been living at that 20-point ceiling. He's been the last 4 games, 19, 17. He had a 2-point stinker game, but that was a divisional game against San Fran. Then he went back to 18. So 19, 17, 18. He's right there at that 20.
Yeah.
And a game where Arizona could get up early and quick. He could break that 20-point ceiling if possible.
He's starting to find himself in that offense. Mm-hmm. I think they're starting to realize where they can use him, how they can use him. So he's starting to get more consistent looks now.
He's looking like that big slot receiver.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he breaks out for yards.
Yeah.
Too. So AJ Green is a great pick.
So before we move on from receivers, there's one more guy I want to mention because I think he puts up similar numbers as a Keenan Allen would as far as targets, receptions, and if you were to actually throw in a touchdown, he's actually at a higher ceiling than Keenan, but he's only 5,600, and that's Sterling Shepard. Sterling Shepard on the Giants against the Panthers this week, 5,600. Last game, he got 14 targets.
He did.
And in week 2, week 2 got 10 targets. Week 1 got 9 targets. Mm-hmm. So when he's healthy and playing, I think his floor for targets is 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's, honestly, Tony was about to take away a lot of those targets because Tony was producing.
Mm-hmm, but then he got out.
But then he re-aggravated his ankle injury. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to play this Sunday. There's a huge D for doubtful on his name.
Huge.
So
you don't want a doubtful on a Thursday.
And the thing is he was questionable leading up to last game. And he re-aggravated the injury.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to try to rush this time to get out there.
Yeah, because what he's going to do another first quarter.
And then he'll be out for the season.
Yeah.
So I really think Tony's going to sit. Darius Slayton cannot get his hamstring healed for the life of him.
No, and he had a lot of potential too.
Yeah. And even when, honestly, in the games that Darius Slayton was playing with Sterling Shepard still was by far the number 1 receiver.
Yeah.
So Sterling Shepard only has 1 touchdown, and that was scored in week 1. And that was actually his ceiling. Week 1, 27 points. But you see the potential there if he even just scores 1 touchdown. Because you're adding the touchdown to the volume that he's getting.
Yeah.
The problem is that he only scored week 1.
Yeah.
But if he's able to score a touchdown or 2 against the Panthers.
Well, the problem is he's not healthy.
And he's not healthy.
That's really it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I didn't think he was that healthy last week before the game, but he showed that he was that healthy.
And he still put up, in a game where he didn't even get 100 yards or a touchdown, he put up 17 points, right under 20. So I think with the volume, how many times he's going to get thrown to, and in a game that I do kind of see them playing from behind.
Yeah.
I think Panthers are the better team.
Yeah.
Even though they've been playing a little shaky the last couple of weeks. But in this game, they should be the better team.
They should.
And Sterling Shepard should be getting targets every single quarter of this game. There isn't a game script that I could think of where he doesn't.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's
for real though.
I mean, compared to last week for the Giants, this Panther team's a little bit more of a, hey, we have a chance to win.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good pick.
Yeah. So Sterling Shepard is the last guy I wanted to mention. But passing it back to you, Spuddy.
All right, just to wrap everything up for the receivers, starting with the 2 value picks, we got Calvin Ridley sitting at 6,600. They're going against the Dolphins. Then we got Devontae Adams going against the Washington football team. He is sitting at 8,900. And going to the value picks, we got Waddle going against Atlanta, sitting at 5,600. And then we got Henry Ruggs the third.
Let's go.
Going against the Eagles defense, sitting at 5,500. Those are the receivers. Now, let's open it up to the tight ends.
Tight ends.
Gentlemen, what do we see cooking for the tight ends?
What do you got, Dougie?
I like Kyle Pitts this week, low-key.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
5,900. They've been using him more, and he ate in the last game before the bye. I mean, he had his best game.
He did.
He hit his ceiling of 29.
He did.
So
Can't front. He did.
Maybe, that sparked something, and in a bye, they're like, okay, let's run some plays, see what we can do with him. And I do think they give him the ball more, and they can do it against Miami.
Yeah. But you got to look at the opposite side and who the opposite got, and they got Gesicki.
Yeah,
Gesicki been putting up some good numbers for.
So
Gesicki
that
has.
was actually my pick. Yeah, Gesicki as a bring back player in this game. Just because I do see it high scoring or a close game. I think the spread said 2.5 points.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't be mad if someone did a tight end flex of Kyle Pitts and fucking Gesicki.
I mean, honestly,
shit.
There have been game scripts when both tight ends have been going off. So
and they're pretty cheap. If you want to go a cheap route with that, 5,900 Kyle Pitts, Gesicki with 4,700.
Yeah, so you kind of go value in both the tight end and flex slot.
And then you put in Derrick Henry. What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, no, but Kyle Pitts, you're right. He's getting the targets. See, week 4, he got 9 targets, but he only caught 4 of them. So it's not like they're trying to exclude Pitts from the game plan.
Yeah.
Like, the execution has just not been consistent because when he finally got the targets and the receptions, he was catching the balls. He was 9 for 10 last week, so caught 9 of them. And he got over 100 yards and a touchdown.
And those stats where it's like he only caught half of them, and it's like they're running like garbled plays for him. Like, bro,
yeah.
Or Matt Ryan's doing some sloppy pass, like.
Yeah, so if they connect, he has the potential now, like we see, to get 25 to 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you go through, his stats a little bit, and his averages are all above 10 except week 1.
Yeah.
And
yep.
And his lowest game was only three targets, 2 receptions. So they're going to keep on giving him the ball.
They're going to try to keep working him into the offense for sure.
Yeah. And since this is a winnable game for them, they're gonna be competing. So they're definitely gonna utilize their best players.
Yeah. I think Waller has a better. I think he breaks the 20-point ceiling for the first time since week 1. Because since week 1, it's been 11, 10, 15, 8, 10. Here's the thing. The only good thing I see about this Eagles team is Jalen Hurts and their D-line. They got a guy on that line. I forgot his name, but he's a new addition.
Who, Eagles?
Yes.
Sweat?
No, it was somebody else.
Sweat, Cox, and...
No, it was like a low-key pickup. It was a low-key pickup, but he's been balling out. And he actually made the NFL...
Stupid Dougie.
He made the NFL page, like they had a little highlight compilation with him, but he's been getting to the quarterback a lot. So that's the only strength I see. Now, depending how they want to use Waller, that's the thing about Waller. You can use him on short routes if you want. And so if you're in a situation where the rush is coming and you have to get the ball out quick, Waller can be that guy that, usually where a slot receiver gets all the targets on the short routes and stuff. Mm-hmm. Waller doesn't have to be the guy to stretch the field. Ruggs is that guy. Mm-hmm. And honestly, Bryan Edwards, he shows potential, but still the targets aren't there for Edwards.
Nah, it's it's really like no one's looking at him, then they go to him.
Right. And Renfrow, that's another guy where he's not going to dud you below 10 points, but he doesn't have much boom to him either. He doesn't get to 20. So
not this season.
I think if you're going to pick a guy on the Raiders this week, other than Ruggs, Waller should be due for a high volume game. Mm-hmm. And I do see him the last 2 weeks, 8.5 points. And then last week, 10.9. Mm-hmm. To me, Darren Waller, fantasy wise and football player wise, way better than that.
Yeah.
So they're at home. They're against the Eagles. Should be a good one. Mm-hmm. I think Darren Waller gets his points this week.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Who I like as very low owned, probably dice roll. 3,900.
Zach Ertz. Yes, sir.
Yep.
I like that too.
Yep.
I can see him having definitely a TD this game.
Yeah, if he picked up the offense already, then yeah, I see him high usage indeed, because
there's no other guy there. I think that's why they went and got him, because they don't have a clear.
Their tight end guy on the IR. He's done for the season now.
Yeah, so they needed him, and so he's clearly their one. Mm-hmm. And now you add him to that offense. Oh my gosh!
And the thing is, the guy who they were using until he got hurt, Zach Ertz is definitely more athletic than him.
Yeah, and better pass catcher.
Yeah, so he will fit in right away.
Yeah,
he's a veteran, so he'll get that offense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Zach Ertz is a nice dice roll this week.
But another tight end, and he had a decent game last week.
Yes,
Seal Jones.
Yep, that's another guy.
Mm-hmm. He gets his targets too. He gets his usage.
He got 9 and 6.
He's at 3,700.
Yep.
So why not? For the Heineke train. The train's still going over here.
I mean, honestly, yeah, the favorite targets in Washington is Scary Terry, and then they also go to their big tight end, who was Logan Thomas, but Seal Jones is now that guy.
Yeah, since Logan is out.
Logan's in the IR. Mm-hmm. So Seal Jones, before he gets above 4K or starts getting into that 5K range, because he is the starting tight end. Yeah. He is going to get the volume. Mm-hmm. So if he starts consistently performing at 15 to 20 points, you can't expect his price to boost up these coming weeks. You want to buy him low right now.
Yeah. Yeah, while you can save the most money, go low so you can get the big money makers.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So I like that. I'd say even the biggest dice roll I'm going to mention, and the last person I'm going to mention, and even the most value we're going to mention is Fursker from the Titans.
Damn, hey, convince me.
So, okay. Yeah. Fursker, now, especially with guys like Derrick Henry and Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill, who all have juicy matchups this week and are priced very high, you're going to have to go extremely value somewhere, right? So in the week that I won my tournament, Fursker was actually my tight end. And he put up 5.3 points, and that was enough. Now, Fursker is the starting tight end for the Titans, and he's against the Chiefs. Now, we know Henry's the king there. He's going to get half or even more than half of all the snaps. But
the king.
If Tennessee does find themselves in a situation where they have to just throw the fuck out of the ball, I mean, if Fursker can get you 10 points or even 5
point what again?
5.3.
If he could get you 5.3.
If he could get you 5.3, he's done his job at 31, because you're now relying on Derrick Henry and Devontae Adams to take you over the hump.
If you're picking up Fursker, you're getting it more so you get higher players on different positions.
Exactly. And like I said, it was possible to win a smaller tournament and with a grand prize of $5,000 with a guy scoring 5.3 points on my lineup because my heavy hitters, Tyreek that week hit 50 points.
There it is.
So that's what you're kind of trading for. You're expecting is when you think a guy is going to go over 40, which Devontae Adams has a lot of potential to. Derrick Henry has a lot of potential to. And even Tyreek Hill, if he comes out healthier this week, has a lot of potential against that Titans secondary.
Yeah.
So those are the three guys on this slate this week that can very much go over 40 points. If you need a guy like Fursker on there, go for it.
Yeah.
Go. Hey.
Yeah. Now, it says it's not a good play, but is Kelsey a good play?
Kelsey's always going to be a floor of 15, or actually 17 points. But at 7,600.
Yeah, against this Titans defense.
Against the Titans defense, he would, for me to be happy, I think he would have to put up 25 minimum.
Yeah, 25, 30, I feel.
Which would
he has to have a 2-touchdown game, I feel.
Yeah, and honestly, he was 1 yard shy of 100 yards last game. So one more reception with the 3-point bonus, he's cleared the 20-point mark. I think he gets to like 22, 23, depending how many yards he ended with. But that's the thing with Kelsey. The targets are always going to be there. What you're hoping for at that price is, can he get touchdowns that game? Because when he doesn't score the touchdown, then that's when that price becomes not worth it.
Yeah.
He needs to score.
Yeah. That's why it's hard picking a tight end sometimes, because people are like, so like with the heavy hitters, but I'm like, are the heavy hitters worth it this week?
Yeah.
This week, are they worth it?
Because all it takes is a value tight end to score a touchdown, and they're right there with the top pick with the most expensive tight end,
Yeah.
So you could start Kelsey. I'm not saying Kelsey's a bad start just because his floor is 17. But what you're hoping for at that price is 25 to 30 points from him.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it for tight ends for me. I mean, you could go with I could go and try to convince other players, but it's just like the ones that we already talked about, those are probably going to be solidified.
I don't really see anyone that jumps out like that. But so we can move on to defenses.
Yeah. All right. Defenses. Who we got? Who we got this week? Who's looking nice?
Who wants to start this off?
I guess I'll go first. 3,100, 3,100. Cardinals defense.
Yeah.
Houston Mills is pretty.
Yeah, I agree with the Cards defense. That's a really good one, and you're saving money on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you look at the stats from the Houston's quarterback Mills, like he's throwing interceptions like hotcakes, and so that's how you get your defense.
Yeah.
If you get lucky enough, hey, one of those interceptions could be a pick six, and next thing you know,
yeah.
Because when your defense scores, that's a good day.
That's a great day.
Yeah.
How do you guys liking the Bengals?
I mean, you do get points for fumble recoveries, and Baltimore's known to give up a couple fumbles.
Yeah, they're solid. They're a very solid pick.
And the thing is, too, even though they destroyed the Chargers, offensively, other than the running, passing wasn't that great.
Yeah.
So there's still a chance for them to keep the game at least a pretty decent score.
Yeah.
And keeping the yardage to
and again, these
a minimal.
This is a division rival game. It's a division rivalry. So usually the way these things play out, even when it is a good game, in my experience, in my opinion at least, they're hardly ever shootouts in the division game. Unless it was like the old school Saints and Falcons, like Matt Ryan versus Drew Brees. Those were always shootouts. Always.
Yeah.
Always. But lately, for Bengals and Ravens, the vibe I get from this game is they're both going to live in the 20s. It'll be like 27, 24, something like that.
Yeah.
But you're right. The Ravens do kind of have a fumbling problem, mostly on Lamar Jackson. If Bengals can get to him and create turnovers, there's potential. Yeah, 28. And 28's not too expensive.
Yeah. And I also like the Patriots.
Yeah, I mean it's a lock. That's kind of a lock. If you can afford them at 34, That's a great pick too, because you know what Belichick does at home, especially against rookies.
Yeah. So
yeah,
we eating.
My pick would be the Packers at home against Washington, against Heineke, against that O-line. The Packers, the last 4 weeks, have scored 7 points on defense. Draftkings points. Seven DraftKings points on defense.
He's against the train. This man's against the train.
I'm not against
the train.
I'm not against the man himself. I'm against the wall that's protecting him. And
the wall.
I've just lost faith in that wall. And when you look at how many sacks the Packers have been racking up since week 3, they're getting to the quarterback. Mm-hmm. So I do think they're going to give Heineke a long day, especially if his O-line is the same O-line that played against the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. So Packers, whenever there's a lot of pressure on the quarterback, there's a high chance turnovers happen.
Yeah.
Always. Whether that's a strip sack fumble, whether that's forcing the quarterback to throw the ball too early, or forcing him to throw a duck, there's always chances for turnovers. So that's what I'm targeting. That's what I'm going for.
Okay. All right. Now, to wrap things up, we like to do this a lot. We're looking at the bottom 4 defenses.
Yes.
Who do we got and why?
I don't think any of our picks last week were good. My Texans pick was garbage. You picked the Lions.
Did I pick the Lions?
But you're like, I'm lying. And they got lit up. Who did you pick, Dougie? Do you remember?
The Giants.
And they got lit up. Yeah, all our bottom defenses. Okay, so...
Wait, who did the Lions play against, too?
The Bengals. The Bengals lit
they got bunged up.
Yeah. So, okay, starting...
Last 4 teams, the 4 lowest teams.
You don't want to start with Giants at 25 and lower? So lower than 25?
Yeah, lower. We're going to go lower, yeah.
God.
God. Tennessee probably the best one there.
Tennessee?
Well, just because Kansas City's been turning the ball over
Actually,
lately. Like,
you got a point.
Maybe they fumble a ball and it gets picked up for a touchdown, or the Mahomes magic interception gets taken for a touchdown. They've been turning over the ball. You never know.
I actually got the Washington football team.
What the hell?
Yep. And here's why.
Oof.
And here's why. Packers, they do all these things, but they don't. For being such an offense, they don't score that much.
They don't because
they're pretty they're pretty content with hey, we're gonna use time and possession our way, and we're just gonna keep on running out the clock. So there's less chance for the other team to score, which Aaron Rodgers will probably run out the time even more.
Yeah,
Now, if this becomes a shootout, then obviously Packers will score more. But if Packers just use their whole game plan of time possession and just drown out the clock, I can see the Packers only scoring 24 points. But the Washington football team not scoring that much. If that's how it goes.
Yeah.
And the points matter in that situation.
Yeah.
Because it won't be in negatives if that's the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I picked the Washington football team.
We'll see how that plays out, honestly.
We'll see. We'll see.
I'm torn between the Jets and the Eagles, honestly. Those are the 2 that were jumping out at me. I just think the Jets and Patriots is going to be low scoring on both sides. I just think Zach Wilson's in for the worst. As between both quarterbacks, Zach Wilson probably put up the less points. But honestly, though, I don't see Mac Jones in that offense putting up a shitload of points.
Maybe they throw a bomb again. Who knows?
I watched that play again the other day, and I replayed it 5 times, and I'm like, safety, what are you doing? What did you do? What were you doing? Like, I don't know.
It's funny because I did watch it in slow-mo, and it's like, why did the safety compute it so slow? Because the ball was already caught, and he was acting like he was still trying to pick it.
Yeah. That's why I was so confused about what I was watching. It almost looked like on purpose. But anyways, I think, okay, if I had to pick one, let me pick one. Fuck it. I'm going to pick the Jets. I'm picking the Jets defense. Jets defense against New England Patriots. I feel like that's a safe pick.
You weaseled your way out of this one. You said, let me go up to top 6, bottom 6 instead of the bottom 4. You really did like the bottom 4.
Was that the rule, bottom 4?
I said bottom 4. You're like, let's look at the Jets. Let's look at the Jets.
I thought it was below 25.
Nah, the reason why, because I'm like, bottom 4. Because
okay, if we're going bottom 4, I'm gonna go with Dougie's pick, Titans. I'm going with Titans. Yeah.
All right. I'm watching the football team still.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes.
Hey, trust me. I tried, all right? I tried, and hopefully it pays out.
Oh, man.
All right.
That's going to conclude Week 7, DraftKings Millionaire Maker. I hope we nailed it this week. I hope we get in the green.
I hope so.
Because last week was kind of a dud, but, every week there's a chance. Every week there's a chance. So I truly feel like this channel has one more big bag in them. One more big bag before the seas's done.
I think we got 3 more.
Yeah.
we're not at the halfway point yet.
Yeah, you're right. So, at least one more. That's what I'm saying. At least one more.
I see 2.
So tune in.
You gotta win us 2 more times, Francis.
Tune in every week. I've been lagging on the waiver wire report, but that's going to drop tonight. This should be up on YouTube by tomorrow morning. Mm-hmm. And then, we got Spuddy's quick picks up. The Dougie list is up. And we got things coming every week. NBA's popping. That's about to be on the channel. Mm-hmm. So keep coming back. Subscribe. Follow our pages. Y'all know the deal. This has been Francis from the Buds and Sports Podcast. I'm out. Passing it to Dougie.
Hey, what up, everybody? I want to once again say thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to us. If you like it, make sure you hit the subscribe and or follow button on whatever you listen to us on. Yeah, more content coming, and we hope to see you there. Passing this, Spuddy. Peace.
You already know who it is, buddy. Spuddy McGee. Make it short and sweet. This is DraftKings lineup. We are Buds and Sports. And we're out.